what's up Saturday morning? How you doing? I am back with a new comic review. I just realized in a few weeks I haven't really done any. So let's get back to business, shall we? This week I am talking about the Herculoids #1 from Dynamite Comics. And before I start, I just want to let you know I do my own comic books as well. Red Knight is available at Manos Publishing, and you can support this channel and Manos Publishing at just $1 a month for more content over on Patreon. Links in the below. I'll talk about it later. Also, later on, I'm going to just plug a YouTube channel I've been watching, and let's go. Let's talk about some stuff. All right, issue 1 of the Herculoids, and quick explanation. The Herculoids is an old 60s cartoon, and I am a child of the 1970s. And if you know anything about 1970s cartoons, you know that they are lame. I hate to break this to a lot of people who take nostalgia as if it's some sort of drug, but a lot of the cartoons originally made in the 1970s are terrible and lame, and I didn't know any better. I was a kid, and I still love those cartoons, don't get me wrong, but I mean they're not as good as the 60s or the 80s and up, really. I mean, good lord. It was a weak point in Western animation, because anime was just starting to come over to the States, and that's where we get like Gotcha Man and Speed Racer and Star Blazers and so on and so forth. But oh boy, geez, Saturday morning. The reason Saturday morning is used as a derogatory comment regarding like animation, it's because of the 1970s. But hey, as a kid, I wasn't just soaking up all the 1970s cartoons. There was also, of course, like I mentioned, the anime stuff that was just starting to come over, and a lot of the 1960s cartoons were in syndication, and I was watching them for the first time, not totally realizing that they were old. Depends how old I was. When I got a little older as a kid, I realized they were syndicated cartoons in the 60s. And, ooh, hey, Hanna-Barbera had a really cool run in the 1960s with action cartoons. Their most famous are, of course, Johnny Quest and Space Ghost. But I would wager that the third most popular is Herculoids. It's not as deep in the pop culture like consciousness as the other two. They haven't reoccurred as much and haven't appeared in much media as the other two to keep them afloat. But they remain probably the third most popular out of that group, and I really love them. Let's see. This comic is written by Tom Segoski and Craig Russo. And quick explanation, it does give you a quick explanation in the credits page. But the basic is Swiss Family Robinson in space. They, a small family, escape the tyranny and awfulness of whatever culture is going on in their world. They go to this savage planet and befriend a bunch of like animal monsters, and have kind of become the default protectors of the planet, because literally every episode alien colonizers, I guess, come to raid the planet, either looking for them specifically or just raiding the planet of its resources, and they murder the shit out of them. Oh, pretty good stuff. So this comic doesn't give you too much backstory on that. It give you a little bit on the like I said, like in the introduction. But what interesting, I think an interesting approach in this first issue is, because this is an introductory issue, perhaps not just to longtime fans like me, but to people who just pick up the book, who thought it looked interesting. We're shown from the perspective of like alien colonizers, and they hear about this planet, and I believe it's Amzot. But anyway, they hear like these great resources, like, oh man, we could really get rich off this stuff, but oh, it's protected by these monsters that just kill instantly when you get there. So this alien race is this captain. He goes, okay, we first off, it starts with the scene of kind of this buildup. This one survivor of a previous mission, and he's like, I ain't going back. There's no way I'm going back to this. And he is maybe killed, and his memories are taken. So our crew obviously aren't really good guys. So they're going, and let's see, Xandor sees the ship coming, signals the others, the family, who are apprised in some way, some monsters. It's pretty great. There is Egu, who is sort of this rock ape. Zoc, who is this dragon that shoots lasers. Let's see, Tundro, who is this rhino thing that shoots rocks and stuff like that. And let's see, his wife Tara and son Dor. I can never remember his name. Yeah, let's just call him Dor. Gloop and Gleep, who are these stretchy gloop monsters. They're terrific. I love them. One of the things I like is we see these guys instantly start devastating, like the area that they're like starting to mine and kind of spread out the destruction so they can get a space to work, and they're killing like all these animals, and you get to see this wonderful moment of Ego, like taking a look at the damage, and these creatures are really loving, caring monsters. And they only really attack in self-defense, and the issue ends with them just ripping the crap out of these this space crew, and the captain is like, "Who are you? I can't believe it! Even though we were very clearly warned not to do this." And it simply ends with Xandor and the family saying, "We are the Herculoids." Then, of course, this is a I think strong introductory issue. Like, I've seen this before. This kind of thing. Like, we'll take our time, and I like the fact that they go from the perspective of the villains. The art is nice and clean. Has that kind of almost reminds me a little bit of Ron Garney's work. To be honest, and kind of, it's not exactly in the style of the old Hanna-Barbera Alex Toth kind of design, but it kind of does mimic and kind of suggest it enough. I really do dig it. It looks really nice. So I like this issue a lot. By the way, fun fact, I picked up this is cover D. I can't believe Mike Mignola was on the fourth alternative cover on this. Really nice. I am delighted by Tundro shooting this rock out, and he just has it just say, "Poop, poot." I'm going to poot for justice. So, hey, I dug this. As a longtime fan, I thought it was a nice, good start. I'm going to give it a strong 4 Ram Chips. Let's see. I'm very curious to see where this series goes. The original animated show really didn't delve into why Xandor and family left. It's been, suggested in previous material and like non-canon and canon material and backstory stuff that like he was just tired of like how terrible things were and just wanted to escape. And his family agreed with him and went with him. I'm curious to see if we dig into that here. There's been some other comic appearances from them over the years. But, this is a nice, good chance to really dig into it. Dynamite is doing some really interesting stuff right now with, you could call it nostalgia bait, cartoons and stuff like that. But they're really doing solid stuff. The Thundercats comic is really good. And I haven't read Johnny Quest and Space Ghost, but I've been hearing other people review those, and I've been hearing some pretty good things about it. So, and also there's ads in here for blah, blah, blah. Because they're going for it, like they're doing other shows. Let's see, yeah, we're doing a crossover with Johnny Quest and Space Ghost. They have met up in, I think, the DC Comics line when they were doing Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And let's see. Captain Planet's back, baby. Wacky Racers, which is an interesting choice. Captain Planet, I'm very curious if they take a nice, like, strong, mature tone with that. That could actually be a pretty good book, considering how we have not really learned any lessons from the '90s. So maybe he's really working harder to protect the environment, whatever. So hey, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 Ram chips. I think it was a pretty good start, and I'd be curious to see what you'd think. You can leave a comment below. So hey, before I get going, I do want to do a shout out. I'm going to be doing shout outs a little bit more in the future with comics, YouTube channels, books, TV shows, whatever I feel like doing. So right now, I am watching a lot of a YouTube channel called Pop Arena. And Pop Arena has been around for like 10, 15 years on YouTube. Turning out really professional looking stuff, really informative, mostly focused on Nickelodeon history. And I'm not the biggest Nickelodeon guy, but look, growing up in the 80s, Nickelodeon was just part of my life. So, he's done some really fascinating documentary level stuff over some of these shows. I discovered him mainly through the Goosebumps videos they were doing. They're very fun. Sometimes when I'm just working, I will binge the playlist for the Goosebumps reviews. They're very funny and informative, and as a writer, it's interesting to hear these books dissected in such ways of what works and what doesn't work about them. Mostly not work, actually. So I'm going to leave in a link below so you can find this channel. This channel deserves a lot of attention. I think it's like really, really well done channel. So hey, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Have you read the Herculoids? Are you interested? Did you read it? Did you think it's cool? Do you think it's bad? I don't know. And also, let me know if you watch Pop Arena too. I wouldn't mind hearing other thoughts on this channel. So hey, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all things Manos. You can also find me at Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Tumblr, Patreon, and I'm also on Substack. And don't forget, you can support this channel just $1 a month over at Patreon. Maybe I can talk about more stuff if I get backed a little bit more. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. So I don't know. I got a life to live. I got things to do. So I'm gonna edit this video and move on. All right. Talk to you later. Push the button.